a abrupt emergency. We Are Wrestling.
I think there's a lot of issues with that company.
They're going all in for these documentaries.
I want to be champion. I want to be the one to carry that flag.
Hate being a wrestling fan and love being a wrestling fan sometimes, but realize we're all just selfish pricks.
It's business.
So when guys start getting released and stuff, I got questions that need to be asked.
We are Wrestling Extra.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie here, up bright and early. It's SummerSlam day, and of course, we're going to be doing a live watch along for SummerSlam this year. So if you guys are looking for somebody to watch the biggest premier live event of the summer, if you're looking for somebody to watch it with, we'll be live here on the We Are Wrestling channel. But I figured let's go live this morning because there is some wrestling news that has come out yesterday, and I do want to talk about it a little bit. Can't wait until the podcast next week. And I figured might as well give some last minute predictions and talk about SummerSlam a little bit. Just do this little stream here. So if you guys want to join and let me know in the comment section below anything you guys want me to answer, I will be more than welcome to do that. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know the grind is real. And even live streams be coming out of nowhere because this was not planned whatsoever. A lot of the times anything besides like a watch along is usually not planned. But we're here, we're live. It's going to be SummerSlam, and we got quite some time before we get to SummerSlam, but it's going to be a good time. Cannot wait. We're going to have the entire Best One. Well, Best One Studios is too small for the amount of people we have, but my living room is going to be jam-packed. Let's just say the Best One house is going to be sold out tonight. This might be one of our biggest streams to date with the amount of people that are going to be coming over for this. We're going to be celebrating all day long. We're going to be grilling. We're going to be swimming. We're going to be having a good time. But yeah, we got some wrestling news that we are going to be covering here on this extra for this morning. And some of the news that we are going to be covering does include the Hardy Boys to WWE, since there was some meetings that happened yesterday, Britt Baker and MJF's drama, and of course, do I think that will Roman Reigns show up at WWE SummerSlam tonight? And oh man, what a extra we have for you guys. It's going to be jam-packed. SummerSlam is looking very promising. I will say, going back into my predictions, if there's one match that I would go back and change, it would probably be my prediction for and I do not have the match card here. It would be the Logan Paul versus LA Knight match. I think now, especially with all the allegations that have come out against Logan Paul with what he posted, that was very controversial a couple days ago about the Olympics. I think WWE is going to take the championship off of him and have LA Knight win it. I think if none of that happened, Logan Paul was going to retain the championship, but I think that he's going to end up winning. But anything could happen with SummerSlam, and I'm very, very excited. But what a jam-packed week it was also for the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel as well. And this is why I tell you guys to go subscribe, because we try to give you guys the best pro wrestling content. Every big premier live event, we like to do marathons, and we had a SummerSlam marathon week. And starting on Monday, I did a whole tier list video on every Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match. which is such a great video. Highly recommend checking that out. And then over on Tuesday, did my Monday Night Raw reactions that I normally do. Then on Wednesday, I get myself and my co-host on the We Are Wrestling podcast, Ben, and Ricky Knows Best. We gave our predictions for the SummerSlam card, which has been, man, one of my favorite predictions we've done so far. And then on Thursday, we had a surprise video. We had the WWE Guess That theme song. And pretty much it was Cam versus Ricky versus Ben. And they had to guess certain WWE theme songs. Great video. And then yesterday, a new episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast came out. And we talked a lot about one man in particular. And he was actually a part of the Getting Put Over segment, and that was Shane McMahon. So we did talk about him and Tony Khan's meeting that happened, the leak photo that everybody is talking about all over the world. But yeah, what a great week it's been for this week for SummerSlam. And I did watch Friday Night SmackDown, so there will be no reactions for that. And I don't know, I just don't really want to do content on the go-home SmackDowns because I like to save my energy for the premier live events that are happening, especially good old SummerSlam. But Ben and I, we were on his Twitch channel, which was kind of cool. But yeah, let's get into some of the extras here. Starting things off, let's talk about the MJF and Britt Baker drama that's happening right now. So, according to Fightful, the word internally from AEW is that Britt Baker frustration about MJF was shared in the women's locker room, and it reached MJF through his girlfriend, Alicia Atwatt. This led to confrontations between Baker, Atwatt, and MJF. The details are, he said, she said, but Britt was upset with Atwatt for informing MJF. An argument escalated, but MJF did punch a wall before his match with Will Ospreay. So former friends Britt Baker and MJF fell out over the past year. Will Ospreay also spoke with Britt Baker, and pretty much the higher-ups, they got involved. And after an investigation, Britt Baker has been suspended and fined for a couple weeks. And a lot of this news did come out, I believe, yesterday on Friday afternoon. And I think that it's absolutely crazy that AEW Backstage drama continues to get leaked to the media. And I feel like this is what the difference is between both All Elite Wrestling and World Wrestling Entertainment is WWE. It seems like right now the morals are at an all-time high. Yes, sometimes we do get backstage incidents, whether it's WWE, TNA, any wrestling promotion out there, but it seems like AEW is just a regular, reoccurring thing. And I think a lot of people think it's a joke because in all the reports, they always say, oh, the higher-ups get involved. And we already know, like, the whole thing with, like, Bryan Danielson being in charge of, like, he's like the Twitter police over there. So it doesn't make AEW look good at all when there's incidents that are happening. But it happens in every locker room. It happens everywhere in the pro wrestling world. And in my opinion, I think that a lot of people are just over-exaggerating this. And Britt Baker looks like clearly she was in the wrong if they suspended her. But this isn't the first time Britt Baker has gotten herself into backstage drama. And I find it, like, ironic that she does get herself in a lot of incidents, whether it's with MJF or Thunder Rosa, because I've actually gotten the opportunity to meet Britt Baker multiple times, and she's somebody that really goes way beyond for her fans. She has a great fan base, and she really cares about her fans. And I've gotten the opportunity to talk to her for a little while, and she just seems like a really nice person. So I really don't know why she continues to get herself in, like, little incidents and drama. But even rumors came out too earlier this week about Adam Cole and Britt Baker breaking up as well. And I find it kind of crazy too, because in Adam Cole's, I think, Discord or something, he ended up posting like this little thing saying, sorry, Chugs, I have been super busy moving from Florida to Pittsburgh alone, and a lot of people now are speculating that they ended up breaking up. So looks like Britt Baker is going through some stuff, and maybe that's what caused her to have that confrontation with MJF. But kind of find it ironic that MJF goes into the locker room, the women's locker room, to confront Britt Baker, yet like she wasn't the, I don't know how to explain it. Like, she wasn't the one that was escalating the fight. She was just doing little high school freaking gossiping, and then next thing you know, MJF comes in, punches a wall, goes into the women's locker room, and confronts her. But clearly she must have been in the wrong in some way, something maybe that none of these reporters are covering right now. But hopefully Britt Baker comes back and she gets herself out of trouble, because she is just way too talented to be getting herself in little unnecessary drama. Like, come on, with freaking Alicia, why? Why are you freaking dealing with her when you have a big match coming up at AEW All In at Wembley against Mercedes Moné? Which, by the way, that match I am beyond excited for. Probably going to be one of my favorite matches on that card. But I hope Britt Baker can continue to stay out of trouble. And I feel like, especially now with her and Adam Cole being broken up, rumors-wise, so take that with a pinch of salt, I feel like if Britt Baker continues to get herself in this type of drama, I think she's going to jump ship to WWE eventually. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, Britt Baker just seems like this is not the first time she's gone through this, and she just came back too. So like, oh my goodness, this is just, wow. Like, it's funny, like, when other incidents happens, like in other wrestling promotions, nobody makes a big deal out of it, but then when it's something AEW related, because of the whole CM Punk stuff that happened, they make it into a big deal. But yeah, I don't know how I fully feel about it. I feel like there's two sides to every story, and like, still, I even checked their Instagram pages. MJF still follows Britt Baker. Britt Baker still follows MJF and Alicia. So we really don't know the whole incident that's happened. I'm sure it'll come out eventually, but we're just going to have to wait and see. But now let's talk about the Hardy Boys potentially to WWE. So, looked like a meeting took place Friday afternoon, and it seems like the Hardys, they did some new interviews for upcoming WWE documentaries, which a lot of the times WWE does like to do with like legends and stuff. They ask them questions throughout their career and other stuff. So we could definitely be seeing maybe an A&E biography on the Hardy Boys. Maybe they're working on a project with the Hardys and the Dudleys or something. Or they just want to have new updated interviews with the Hardy Boys for upcoming documentaries. Because a lot of the times, like when it comes to the documentaries, if you really pay close attention to the sit-down interviews with like the wrestlers, they'll put like the year on the very top like corner. So like a lot of the times, I think the last time the Hardys did like a big like interview for like documentaries was 2009. Because I do remember Matt Hardy's little toy room there. He did the questions, and it just shows 2009 on there. But the Hardy Boys coming back to WWE potentially, I really would love to see this happen. Do I see it happening at SummerSlam? I don't. Why would the Hardys show up at SummerSlam if there's no tag team matches? Which, oh my goodness, guys, don't get me started when it comes to the tag team division with WWE. Like, I don't understand why the DIY versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga match last night on Friday Night SmackDown had to be on SmackDown. That should have been at SummerSlam. The match was literally only 10 minutes. So you're telling me that you couldn't take 10 minutes and put them on the SummerSlam card? I don't understand. I really don't understand why like Triple H doesn't want to put his tag team championships on SummerSlam. The last time the titles were defended at a Premier Live event was WrestleMania when they unified the titles. And at this point, like even one of my We Are Wrestling Maniacs, who is a member, Angelo, even said too, like when it's all said and done, when it comes to these tag team championships, what the hell was the point of friggin' splitting the tag titles up if we're not even going to show them on SummerSlam? I don't understand at all, but we got Brian Cutler here in the chat. Are you ready for a SummerSlam that I believe feels like a WrestleMania? Yes, I am, Brian. I am ready for SummerSlam. And it does definitely feel like a WrestleMania because the match card has had such a long-term storytelling feud that a lot of people are invested in this year's card. And it definitely has that WrestleMania feel to it because CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, for example, they have been feuding since the beginning of this year when CM Punk got injured in his debut at the Royal Rumble. So they have been building this feud up on television for the last 7 to 8 months, and now they're finally going face-to-face with Seth freaking Rollins, who has history with both Punk and McIntyre. That is a WrestleMania feel right there. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. They have been a tag team a few years back. Also, Liv Morgan, she got injured by Rhea. Rhea got injured by Liv. And they're both fighting for Dirty Dom's love. So we're pretty much having a custody for Dirty Dom match tonight, just like we got back in 2005 SummerSlam. And that has that WrestleMania feel to it. And arguably, I could definitely see them going against each other at WrestleMania and this feud pretty much just moving forward. Like, I don't think this is going to be the last time these two face each other. Then also Damian Priest and Gunter, such an underrated match. Like, going into SummerSlam, I was not looking forward to Gunter versus Priest because, here we go, heel versus heel. But seemed like after Rollins put him over on that episode of Raw as a babyface, the fans are really getting behind Priest. It feels natural, doesn't feel forced. And then Gunter bringing up Damian Priest's upbringing, which is something I know because I've been following Damian's career going all the way back to Ring of Honor as Punishment Martinez. So, like, I think that made the storyline very interesting. Also, with SummerSlam, we even have LA Knight versus Logan Paul. They've been feuding for the last couple of months as well. Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn. They had a great match at Money in the Bank. This feud has escalated, which I really hope Braun Breaker wins tonight because if he doesn't, I need to study Triple H's booking here because you can't have Breaker lose twice clean to Sami Zayn. You can't do that. That is a big no-no in my opinion. But I do agree with you, Cutler, on that. With SummerSlam, it definitely does feel like a WrestleMania, and especially with the rumors coming out about Roman Reigns potentially showing up to SummerSlam, definitely makes things interesting. And the last couple weeks, they have been really mentioning him. Even Cody last night in his promo against Solo mentioned that, the real tribal chief isn't here, and it got a massive So I think Roman Reigns tonight, he is showing up 100%. There's no way in hell they're going to miss this opportunity. There's been photos that have leaked the last couple of weeks of Roman Reigns in the gym training hard, which means he's definitely ready to have a comeback. I think Paul Heyman's going to be with him, Jimmy Uso potentially, and they did make this a Bloodline rules match for SummerSlam, which I think even adds more to it. And the last Bloodline rules match, we had it all over the place. John Cena showed up. The Final Boss showed up. Undertaker showed up. Jimmy and Jay showed up. So I think that we are going in. We are in for a WrestleMania potential main event. Even though I know some people think that Solo Sikoa is not a main event guy, this is going to have that main event feel because of all the things surrounding this match. I think Roman Reigns will get involved when Cody Rhodes, the numbers are just not there, because I think that Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, they're going to help Solo Sikoa throughout this match. And then eventually when they really have us on our feet, Solo Sikoa is gonna actually win this match. That's when we're going to be getting the OG Bloodline. I'm hoping to see Jay. I want to see Sammy. I want to see Jimmy, Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns show up. This really does have that WrestleMania feel to it, and I'm generally excited to see what's going to happen here for SummerSlam this year. It's looking to be one of the greatest SummerSlams of all time. I just hope that it's not one of these incidents where Triple H, he has booked a great card, and then when it comes to the card, he chokes, which is exactly what he did at Money in the Bank, and I do not want this SummerSlam PLE to be like Money in the Bank. I was pissed watching that. And there were so many booking decisions that if Triple H just did this, it could have made that Premier Live event one of the best Money in the Banks. So I hope that, I'm not going into this too excited so that I get disappointed, but Triple H has made us believe that this is going to be the greatest SummerSlam of all time. The pressure is really on him and the entire creative team. And I think that this is going to be one of the best SummerSlams. There's no way Roman Reigns does not show up. But I will be pissed if it's just like Jimmy or something. That would be so disappointing. That would be so freaking disappointing if that happens. But SummerSlam, guys, is right around the corner. We'll be live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And the Best One House is sold out. So it's going to be probably one of our most litest streams to date. And we've had a lot of people at our big premiere live event watch-alongs, but this one here in particular, we have probably about 15 to 16 people watching SummerSlam with us tonight. So this is something that you guys are definitely going to want to join us and watch. We're going to be interacting with the stream as well. If you guys want your comment to show up on the SummerSlam watch-along, we are taking super chats and stuff, but we will be communicating throughout. So if you guys want to interact with us during the show, that's what we love. That's what I love about doing these live streams with you. We Are Wrestling Maniacs. I love just interacting with you guys and getting to hear what you think and just get to talk pro wrestling and doing these watch-alongs, which I do got to give a huge shout out to one of my old co-host on the We Are Wrestling podcast, Donnie, for really opening up that door for We Are Wrestling, because this was all Donnie's idea when it comes to the live watch-alongs. And man, there are some of my favorite things to do here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. But we are going to close off this live because there's a lot of things that I do have to do. I do have to get this house all cleaned up because today we are going to be having a little cookout before SummerSlam, which I think I am going to be vlogging today as well. And we will have a vlog up on the channel, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And I know I do have to do some photo shoots with Phil and Cam, and also Ricky Knows Best for We Are Wrestling. So it is going to be a very busy day, but a fun day as well. And man, I can't wait for WWE SummerSlam. I hope all you guys join the stream and have a good time. This was just unplanned going live here. This whole extra was unplanned. But if you guys did enjoy this, rewatching it, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Live streams and videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. That's why I highly recommend all the Maniacs to turn on that bell notification, because you'll be alerted when a video does come out of nowhere or a live stream like this. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow me over on my social medias and other YouTube channels. All that down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, this was another We Are Wrestling Extra. And of course, you already know, we are taking over. Peace.